understand the term digital inclusion. When we say digital inclusion, there may be things that come to our mind when we talk about this. There's a lot of knowledge that's coming from the web. Okay? A lot of knowledge that's coming from the internet. And therefore, if that knowledge, if you don't have the internet, if you don't have the web, how could that knowledge pass through your population? That's basically going to be the problem. And that's why a lot of countries are starting to embrace these digital technologies. Now in Bangladesh, we have heard of Digital Bangladesh, which was actually an election promise by the present government. Development organizations or even companies, they go to schools and they say, okay, we give 1 computer per child. Okay? Why? Because that is their belief. If you give the child a computer, then they would be included in this digital revolution. This is a concept where they're saying some people have computers, have the technology, some people have not. So when we're saying we want to bridge the digital divide, it's just saying that we want people to have access to the technology. What's your mindset based on the technology you use? So there are many studies about this, about digital natives and digital migrants. Digital natives are the younger generation wherein when they were born, the computer, the internet was already there, and therefore it's just like part of their life. Okay? And digital migrants are like the older generation, wherein the computer wasn't there when we were born, and therefore we had to learn it. I remember before we had an old principal in our school, and somebody told her, okay, principal, did you notice our new mouse? And then the principal looks down at the floor, looking, where is the mouse? Okay, and the principal never thought it was this mouse. Okay? So you could see literacy in terms of computer technology. Or we asked the old accountant in the office, we want to buy a hard disk. And then she said, why would you buy a hard disk? Isn't the disk hard enough? Getting mad, you know, why are we declaring these things? So literacy also has something to do with digital inclusion. Now, how people will be empowered? Then they're saying people will get empowered if they have the knowledge. Okay? People will be empowered if they have the information. Sometimes, if you don't have the information, then you don't get empowered. So, if you don't know that there are universities that offer scholarships, you know, to women, then you would still continue to be controlled by your parents, okay? Not knowing about these types of information. So with these digital technologies, you're able to see what is out there in the marketplace, what is being offered to you, etc. Basically, if we look at human beings, we live in communities. Okay? We're not really isolated, although few instances, some people, they just want to live by themselves, like the hermits. But mostly people live in communities. And in communities, we share common resources. Like in villages, we share common resources like irrigation canals, okay, to irrigate our crops. We share that. We share the river. Okay? We share maybe some pasture land. Okay? We share things. And then in villages, we have common beliefs, we have common knowledge and opinions, and we have social networks. The focus here in community informatics is the community and not just the individual. The community's use of information and communication technologies, so ICTs. How do communities use the ICTs to empower themselves? And we attribute this to Michael Bernstein. He was the one who conceptualized community informatics. Okay? So when community informatics, according to Bernstein, is the application of ICTs to enable and empower community processes. They actually go to the telecenter to access information about the topic that they will be discussing. Like, for example, they will be talking about community health. And therefore, they go to the telecenter and then they try to research about community health so that when they go to the meeting, they can contribute more about community health. And it's actually one way a community uses the technology to empower themselves, okay? So that they can decide what is our health plan for the community. So he was here and he was talking about community informatics, and he was going around Bangladesh and trying to see projects that deal with community informatics. And actually there's a lot of projects here. And we have this virtual community where we discuss a lot about community informatics all over the world. In Australia, in Latin America, in Canada, is Canadian. So it's really how communities use ICTs to empower themselves. I would just want to present one more project in Bangladesh that really talks about this. This is the GramWeb One Village, One Portal project. It was a finalist also in the National ICT Award of 2010. You know, information can be a business. You can be enterprising and sell that information. And that's what this information society has made us. Information is so important that a lot of people hide or share it. Okay? So there's this information entrepreneur in each village that would be responsible for collecting village information and uploading that information to the web. Through this project, people at the bottom of the pyramid can get more income. Because villages produce different products. One village may be good in honey production. Another village may be good in making baskets. Another village may be good in making slippers. And they can upload these things on their portal so that, you know, people, middlemen or people in Dhaka can try to see what these villages are selling. And then the villages will